Hello, my name is Megan Weaver, and welcome to a very special production here on Red Digital Studios. When we come back from this intro, we're going to learn about what the practicum students did this year. And so I'm joined here today with the KMOS practicum students, myself included. So I think we're just going to go around the table, say your name and what your role was for the project. We'll start over here.
I'm Olivia, and I was a cinematographer for the project.
I'm Demi, and I was the producer.
I'm Callie, and I was the writer.
I'm Megan, and I was also the cinematographer.
I'm Isaac, and I was the director.
I'm Jacob, and I'm the editor.
All right, so now that we know everyone and everyone's roles, let's talk about the actual production we made.
Yeah.
And so it started with, we were going to make a 30-minute documentary about the esports team here on campus. Does anyone want to talk about how beginning to start an esports documentary happened?
Well, that's what we were told to do. And then Callie wrote some questions, and we
were never answered.
No, we tried to look online for like anything about them, and they had no social media presence, and their website hadn't been updated in like 3 years.
Yeah, I barely knew we had an esports team, and so when we looked them up, we're like, I wonder what they've done. Hadn't posted anything since like 2023, and didn't look like they even existed since then. So that was like our first red flag, I think.
They looked like they were happening then.
I think that they got hit hard by COVID when that happened, and then it sort of like tapered off because I talked to my friend's in computer science, and he knows a lot of the people that were like associated with that, and I was like, oh hey, do you know anything about the esports team? We don't like. There's nothing about it online. And he was like, oh yeah, I don't know. It's like. I have a friend that's in that.
Perf. All right.
Great.
So, our producer Demi attempted to email successfully emailed.
Not really.
The head of the coach? Are they called coaches?
I don't know.
Do they
She was
coach?
I think she was new to it, and then
she was like the supervisor of it, not a coach.
I'll say we are.
I don't think they can be coached.
I'll say trying to explain what we know with the esports team is very little because we actually learned nothing.
Yeah,
exactly. So we can't even say a fun fact about the esports team because we don't have anything. So you emailed the coach?
I emailed the coach. This lady.
Person in charge.
Person in charge.
Yeah. And so I emailed her, and then she didn't answer me, so I emailed her a week later, and then she finally did answer me and told me she was fairly open the next week. So
okay.
I was like,
and that
perfect.
was the week where it was like a weekend, and we're like, all right, I think we can meet early Monday morning.
Yeah,
so
like
8 a.m.
Yeah, we're all prepping to meet very early Monday morning. I
Very
was mentally prepared to wake up early and have to go interview this person about esports.
Yes.
And so
our pre-interview.
Yes, pre-interview.
This
isn't even like the main interview. This is
Yeah.
just like we need information about the esports team.
Yeah. So I asked her what time would work, and she responded and said, "Can you provide a list of questions?"
What are the
And
days? Can you see the days of these
She was, yes, that was February
Stamps.
11th. That was the day that I sent her the second email. So I sent her the questions. She didn't answer me. So the next day, I said, this is the only time my crew is available. Would that work for you? And she said it worked. So then I said, okay, cool. But in a fancy email way.
A fancy email.
Then she emails me the night before on a Sunday night. I need to reschedule our meeting. I have been sick all weekend and not sure whether I will be well enough to be in the office tomorrow. I said, okay, let me know when you can reschedule. Sent that the morning that we were supposed to meet. That was February 17th. March 22nd, that was when I got an email back from her. And she said, Demi, are you still wanting to meet regarding this project? And I did not answer her.
Yeah. An entire month.
Over a month.
And then over a month, we were just like, I wonder what we're going to do about our practicum.
Yeah. It's really
Shit, man, yeah.
Oh well.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So that was Plan A, was an esports documentary. And I don't remember when we switched to Plan B.
It was before March 22nd.
It was before we got the email back. We had just heard nothing. So we're
Probably
like,
like a
I
week.
guess we'll have to switch gears. And it was getting pretty late into the semester anyway. And I don't know if you guys have made a 30-minute documentary. It's kind of hard to make a 30-minute documentary in a short period of time. And so our boss said, all right, we need to move on to like plan B, do like a 10 to 15-minute documentary. And it's like, you know, it won't be like as like big of a production as the original one was, but just like think of something like small to do a 10 to 15-minute documentary on. And so we brainstormed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I came up with the idea to do, because I knew the baseball team here at UCM, well, one thing, they were in season. So we're like, it would be so easy to maybe get some kind of footage, whether it be good or not. And then I also mentioned that the team has like a team dog. So we were just like, okay, that's such an easier person to interview.
Yeah.
We just follow them. The dog, yeah. And so we looked it up, tried to research it. I tried to get some questions drafted up, but and then we handed it off to Demi to get emails going.
I actually got an email from our boss that said, "Welcome to the world of producing." I was like, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I emailed him. He was a lot nicer, more professional, but he was also bad about emailing. So we actually had a plan, and we were going to meet, and then our schedules, because our schedules are crazy, didn't line up with
school year. It's crazy.
So that didn't line up with theirs. So I was like, you know what? We're just actually gonna do something else. But that was over the span of a month.
I feel like that one went a little faster too. Of like, we're gonna do this, and then it like fell through.
Yeah, like we had a plan, and then we were like, we just don't have time.
Well, we had like 5 weeks
at that point. I say it would have ended up being we had like 3 weeks to film it all and put it together.
I think it was 2.
2? Yeah. With the baseball team being in season and busy, so they're gone all the time.
Yeah. And then with our schedule, we have like an hour a day that we're all free.
Yeah, all of us together are free 9 a.m. on Wednesday, which is when we're filming right now.
We had like 8 a.m. Monday, 2 to 3 on Monday, this time on Wednesday, and then like maybe a couple hours on Friday.
Or Monday at 8 a.m.
If I close my eyes, I can see the schedule.
She memorized it.
It haunts me.
It haunts me.
And so with Plan B falling through, we had a meeting, it would have been 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
2 weeks ago with our boss, and kind of been like, so what do we do now? And so we moved on to Plan C. Plan C was going to be, we talk about our trouble with our documentary. So welcome to the KMOS Practicum project. This is it.
Welcome to Plan C.
Plan C.
Plan C.
How do we feel? Just in general. In life. Not in life.
In life.
We started off rough this morning.
Yeah.
Which fitting.
We did. It did start off a little rough this morning, which really did fit the
It's very poetic.
Yeah, it was symbolic.
And we're just very cursed.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that we didn't do the documentary, because I was actually looking forward to making a documentary, because I made short films and other things, but that seemed cool to do. So it was kind of a letdown that we couldn't get that, but I'm just a little bit disappointed, but it is what it is,
Yeah, I have also never put together a full scale documentary. I thought it would kind of been interesting to see,
especially for 30 minutes.
30-minute documentary, that'd been kind of interesting to see how to put it together. Yeah.
We went from 30 to 10 to 15 to me being told, just get whatever you can.
Whatever is possible.
Get whatever you can. It doesn't have to be that good.
Yeah, just do something. And then we didn't.
And then
So here we are.
So the practicum is technically like a class, and you learn things in a class. So what have we learned? I know we've helped out with all of the sports page stuff, so you can talk about that, or just what have we learned about producing? Or just in general in this class of the practicum, what have we learned?
People don't answer emails.
Okay.
That's what I
I feel like a lot of this is weighed on Demi.
Yeah.
Because
she's the only one that got to do anything.
None
of us came.
You got to write the questions, and then the rest of us, we actually
had to
but
no one ever saw it.
Or do anything.
Hey, no. I sent her the questions.
Well, did the doctor like them? She didn't respond.
Yeah, she didn't respond to it. She said, I think you should get some players involved. I said, we will.
Well, that's the plan.
But we need you first.
That's the plan.
Yeah, me and Jacob never got to do anything, because I was the director and he was the editor, but we never got any footage to work with or be on set for anything.
We had one production meeting on how we want it to look. and that was like
exactly. Yeah.
week 3 of school.
Yeah, that was way back.
Anyone else? What have we learned? What have you guys learned?
Shit. Well, we come for sports.
I learned that there was like. This isn't on topic, but I learned about like the inner workings of the esports team a little bit.
Oh, you did?
There was kind of some tragedy, and that's kind of why it was discordant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right.
And that's probably part of why, along with the doctor, is that what we're calling him?
Yeah,
that's part of why it didn't work out.
Holder.
So that's what I learned, I guess.
Yeah, I think it just all comes down to producing is very hard, and you have to be surrounded by a lot of willing players in life, and that's why I'm grateful for the production team that we have today that we drug down at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday to film our project for us. But yeah, I think...
Apologies in advance.
Yes, thank you guys. I'm sorry.
Apologies in advance. I'm sorry.
Blame the doctor, it's not our fault.
Yes, I think just having like a good group of people to be willing to do things is also very important in this kind of work and industry, because you can't really do anything by yourself, and if you do, it's really hard and won't look as good because it's just you. So.
Yeah.
You know what I learned is to have like 10 backup plans.
Oh yes, that too.
I thought it was fun. Like at one point we were joking about like, oh yeah, we'll just end up making a TikTok about a dog.
We didn't even get that far.
No,
we didn't even get there.
We never got to see the dog.
We didn't see the dog ever.
Yeah. Yeah. What step sounded the most interesting to you guys? What were I don't know about, you can either talk about the esports or the baseball team, but what part of the documentary was going to be the most interesting to you? Or like,
I wanted to like actually set up like everything and like actually like record stuff.
Like set like like a set for an interview.
Yeah,
we actually had equipment set up.
I was like excited to get like the B-roll of the like them playing games or whatever. Because I don't really know anything about the esports team, so that would have been cool.
Oh, especially for the esports team, right?
Yeah.
Because we were even saying, like, we don't have time, we'll just take whatever we find on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, whatever we can find.
And then they had nothing on YouTube.
And then they had nothing on YouTube. So we're like, never mind. Jacob, play video games.
I just would like to see just like the final cut of it, like the edit it, just like see it from start to finish and like how it flowed and how good you would edit it. You would have did good, I know. It just would have been cool to see like all of us, all of our work pay off like from start to finish, but it is what it is, like I said,
I think I was most excited just to be part of a production, because I do really like being part of a production team, and being like a day of filming is always kind of fun to me. It like is like really stressful, but like it's always like, and we're filming and doing something, and that's always fun. And I had this like idea for when we had like our first like production meeting for the esports documentary. I was like, I kind of want like the interview to be like gamer lights in the background, and I just like that idea of like, oh, that'd be so cool if like we could put like the like red and blue gamer lights in the background of like the players' interviews. Yeah. We didn't even get to talk to any players.
I didn't even think about what I was most excited for, because I was like, can we just get like an email back?
You were most excited.
I was most excited to get that notification, and I never did. So that was what I was excited for, was an email. I never got it.
Yeah.
Did you say what you're most excited for? If you were excited for
I don't even know, honestly. Well, all I did was make questions, but no one got to really see them.
Pull them up. We'll read off the questions right now.
I actually have them.
Oh my god, thank you guys.
The only thing that actually got made was the questions.
The doctor saw them, but I haven't heard anything back.
Did we make a... Did we even make like an equipment list? Did we even get that far?
Yeah, we made
it.
Yeah, we had like an over view of like what we kind of wanted to do.
Okay.
Yeah, at that meeting.
But it all really depended on that first interview to figure out where we even wanted to go with the story. So Callie couldn't even have written up like a script outline, because we didn't even know like what the esports team was about. that first interview that we kept trying to get an email was just to figure out anything about the esports team
that we wanted.
And so we just knew just a little bit to find any sort of documentary like tidbit, but we couldn't even like think of like super in-depth questions.
I know. I couldn't even. I didn't have a story. I didn't have like anything to go off of. All I knew was like, I guess what the story was ending up becoming like an investigation of like, oh my gosh, the
what
esports
happened
team
to the
actually.
esports
And what happened to the esports team? Are they lost? True crime.
Oh my gosh. We should have done true crime. Investigative journalism.
Yeah.
Doctor's the prime suspect.
Yeah.
I think that she felt really underqualified because she had just kind of gotten.
Yeah.
So she like didn't want anything to do with it. But like,
fair enough.
Okay, we just needed something. We just needed.
If she didn't want anything to do with it, she should have just said like no.
Yeah.
In the first place.
I mean, I'm not like, I don't like her, as we all know, but I think that's why she was like. So I mean, email me back then and be like, I don't really feel comfortable with this. I don't know anything about it, and then I would have found something else to do.
Then we would have had Plan B.
Yeah.
Like 10 weeks ahead of when we started Plan B.
You know, in the middle of February.
Yeah, when we still would have had some sort of time to make a full-length documentary.
Yeah. Yeah. So much fun.
I have a question for everybody. What advice would you give future practicum students that wants to do CAMOS?
I would say email people in a good fashion, like quickly, but I did.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say,
make sure the people that you're interviewing want to be a part of the production because. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, find a good producer like Demi, someone who has the patience.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be
email.
like, find somebody that can actually.
You should have been emailing her every hour.
Yeah, Demi, why are you?
Hey.
So I actually feel like she hates me.
Hey, I know where you live. Hey,
I have your office hours actually.
Yeah, we should have just showed up with a camera to our office hours.
Are you ready?
How do you feel about the esports team?
Yeah. She's like, I don't know.
And we would have been like, all right, we'll move on.
Good point.
I think the advice I'd give to someone, I think CAMOS is very fun. I think, I know you guys worked out on some like our more professional sports page shoots, but I think it is fun and you learn a lot about how like a live TV station shows things.
Yeah.
And how it kind of like functions in that aspect. And if you're lucky, you do get to produce something.
If you're lucky.
If not, you kind of just don't. You know.
You do this,
and this is fun too. And this is fun
No, like
too.
we didn't get to make the documentary, but we still got to be like on a live studio set each week, like watching and learning, which was pretty nice.
Able to put something to the name.
Yeah, it made something useful, I think, come out of it. Does anyone have? I think everyone will go around the table and everyone do like a closing comment about our whole semester, or about this shoot, or about any shoots we've been on. Just anything in general about the practicum in life. I don't know where we want to start.
In life.
I keep saying in life. Any closing comments? Anything you want?
I'm sad I didn't get to see the esports team. Yes.
This semester went by really fast. Yeah, so I'm graduating, so it's kind of sad, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been really cool to do the documentary. But yeah, the semester went by really fast, so yeah.
Just come back. Practicum part 2.
No, I'm not coming.
No. He's like, I'd rather not. Yeah, I was really excited to actually not only make a project, because we make projects a lot already, but to have those assigned roles where like everyone has something they can like really focus on and do really well, and then come together and do something. So I was really excited to like actually be a writer and do something, but
and over me.
Unfortunately.
I would say just thank you to you guys for being cooperative, because I kind of at some points felt like it was kind of my fault. I know it wasn't, but I was like, I feel like I'm the one, like I didn't want you guys to be frustrated with me, because I was like the only one doing anything, and I felt like I was like, I can't get anything done.
What can we say? We didn't do anything.
I know, I just mean like
we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I literally did
so
nothing.
sorry about that. take it up with the doctor, and yeah, just thanks for understanding.
This is kind of different. I'm happy that we're still getting our class credit
Oh,
for this,
good.
even though we
sure.
didn't make a documentary.
Failed.
That's a big one, yeah.
We don't have to retake this.
Yes, that's good. Okay, well, I think that's all for our practicum project. Congrats, you guys. We completed our practicum project. Would you look at that?
We did it.
But yeah, I think my closing comments are just, I think we would have done really good. I think if we did a documentary, it would have been great. But thank you guys for watching our practicum project. As you can see, a lot of time and effort went into getting to this point. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.